Cat here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. And I know this is a little bit weird for a book review because I'm normally doing a little belly dancing, but I wasn't feeling that today, but I did want to still get this reviewed in. So this is for Van and Noah's Don't Die July. Is I did it as kind of an informal buddy read with Steve over at Heroic Book Adventures, and I will link all of them down below. So if y'all are looking for some summer horror to kind of relax and avoid the heat, Don't Die July is where it's at. And so I read The Ruins by Scott Smith. And now I got this a couple months ago from a library book sale, and then like I'd never heard of it. I just thought it sounded kind of cool for, 50 cents or so. This is supposed to be a horror novel that takes place in Mexico. They find some ruins, and as always, like ancient ruins come with a curse and people start dying. Sounded really cool. And then I did my announcement video, and all these folks were, oh, I love that movie. It was so creepy. And, oh, I need to read that. I wonder if it's as good as the movie. It was so scary. It was really creepy. So okay, I didn't even know this thing existed until I saw it. And it was a movie that folks loved, and the book is usually better. So, I was super excited about it, even though it's a chunkster at just over 500 pages. And I think I got overhyped. Plus, it implies that it's one thing, and I guess you could kind of say it's right. But the ruins that they find are like, I'm thinking like ancient Mayan ruins and temples and stuff. What this is a couple of like, college kids are hanging out in Cancun, just getting trashed on the beach every day. As, one does, I guess. I don't know. Beaches don't really hold that appeal for me. But, they go to Cancun, they're getting trashed on the beach. They meet other folks that are just there to get trashed on the beach. And one of them is this dude who's like, oh yeah, I actually came here with my brother, but he abandoned me on day one because he found some hot archaeologist that let her, buy him drinks and bang him and left a map for, hey, come find me. So he left me a copy of the map that he had. We're supposed to leave in 2 days, and he still ain't back. So one of the dudes from like the American group goes, it'll be a nice day trip. We're going, and just decides that everyone is going. And so that takes about 200 pages, and then we get to, the ruins, which is actually just some, random mine off of some trail that's hard to find. And like it wasn't particularly scary, and I was a little disappointed because the way that it read in the description, I was expecting like, ooh, there's gonna be some like, serpent god curse kind of like thing. That is not what this is at all. No, it does kind of like, despite there nothing actually happening for the first couple hundred pages, it's a very easy read. It keeps moving very quickly. Just in like the language that it uses, it's very free flowing, I guess. So like it moves along, and then stuff finally starts like happening, and yeah, I could see where this is gonna disturb some folks, especially towards the end, because it starts getting gross. Like at first, it's just like, ew, they're trapped here, and one is like, well, we need like a latrine, and ooh, something happened, and by the end, it is downright, oh my, ugh, that's kind of gross. Not just the bodily functions, but what's actually happening. So, yeah, I could see this freaking some folks out and making them not want to go outside after, like, we're having a nice vacation when evil outside is bad. Which, I've been telling folks that for years. Sunlight is evil. Beaches attempted murder. So, yeah. But I'm kind of curious to watch the movie and see, like, do they add some extra, like, creepiness to it? How far do they go with like, body grossness and, just the atmosphere of you're in the jungle somewhere and things ain't going well. And it's kind of weird that it takes place over like, once it gets going, about 2 days. Because the way they're acting is like, oh my god, we've already been trapped here for 2 weeks and we're gonna die. Like, wow, y'all were a couple hours in and already going, oh, how are we ever going to make it? We're having to deal with all of this. It's like, yeah, that happened to him, but what about these like things? Like before it's even like you realize what kind of bad situation you're really in and how, yeah, those things do matter, but y'all freaking out like it's already been a couple weeks and you already suffer it. And it's like 2, maybe 3 nights actually, but it gets going. It's pretty good. Steve also did a really awesome review. And yeah, he got a lot more atmospheric. He was actually outside with his review. So go check that one out. Is that I will link all those channels down below. And remember, don't die. Happy reading.